Hello everyone, welcome to History and Culture. Cao Pi, the founding emperor of the state of Wei, has long remained a figure shrouded in mystery, especially when it comes to the location of his tomb, which has been an unsolvable riddle for generations. There are several reasons for this. First, in order to prevent tomb robbers from stealing burial treasures or damaging the tomb structure, Cao Pi deliberately chose to build a relatively simple and low-profile mausoleum at the foot of a hill. He even refrained from requiring concubines to be buried with him, which not only avoided unnecessary sacrifice, but also made the tomb less conspicuous, thereby reducing the risk of it being discovered. Secondly, during his reign, Cao Pi offended quite a few people. To avoid posthumous humiliation or destruction of his tomb by enemies, he took great care to keep the location of his burial site a strict secret. Because of these secretive measures, Cao Pi's tomb became a historical mystery that baffled later generations. However, many years later, a chance discovery provided a breakthrough to this mystery. At the time, a villager in the area of Shouyang Mountain discovered a suspicious looter's tunnel. After receiving the report, archaeologists began a careful investigation and excavation, and ultimately confirmed that the tomb was indeed the Imperial Mausoleum of Cao Pi. During the excavation, archaeologists unearthed numerous valuable artifacts that confirmed the identity of the tomb's occupant. Among them were items signifying imperial status, such as burial objects exclusive to the Son of Heaven, vividly colored jadeite stones, and a golden Boshan incense burner with a crown, symbolizing the supremacy of imperial power. According to public records, jadeite stones refer to high-quality jadeite that contains jadeite minerals, characterized by bright colors and a glossy finish. In ancient times, jadeite symbolized nobility, loyalty, and status. Materials of such grade were exclusively reserved for royalty. The Tongtian crown, heaven-reaching crown, was an exclusive headdress for emperors, symbolizing the absolute supremacy of imperial authority, something that ordinary people could never dream of wearing. It was these discoveries that led experts to confirm this as the tomb of a true emperor. Specifically, Cao Pi, the founding emperor of the state of Cao Wei. Beyond the mystery of the tomb, Cao Pi's untimely death is also deeply lamented. As the son of Cao Pi endured immense psychological pressure from a young age. He had to live up to his father's high expectations and frequent mistrust, while also navigating the fierce and complex rivalry among brothers. To prove himself, Cao Pi trained diligently from a young age, excelling in archery and horseback riding, all in hopes of gaining his father's approval and recognition. Moreover, Cao Pi's premature death was closely linked to his lifestyle habits. Historical records suggest that Cao Pi had an excessive fondness for sweets and fruits. He would constantly snack on them whenever he was awake. He even gifted various fruits to ministers in the palace, asking them to judge which one was the sweetest. His overindulgence in sweets gradually led to obesity, planting serious health risks. More critically, Cao Pi led an extremely indulgent lifestyle. He was obsessed with beauty and even competed with his father Cao in the pursuit of the famed beauty Zhenfu. After capturing a city, Cao Pi seized the opportunity to take Zhenfu for himself, demonstrating his intense possessiveness in emotional matters. After ascending to the throne, power and wealth made Cao Pi even more unscrupulous. He not only took in several of Cao's former concubines, but even forcibly claimed married women from the common people. Such unrestrained indulgence severely deteriorated his health and quickly drained his life force. It can be said that Cao Pi's death at the age of 39 was the result of a complex combination of factors. Though he ultimately inherited the throne, he paid a heavy personal price for it. According to historical records, among Cao's 25 sons, there were 4 who were once seen as potential crown princes: Cao Wang, Cao Chong, Cao Pi, and Cao Ji. Among them, the ones who truly had the potential to become heir apparent and received special attention from Cao were primarily two: Cao Wang, the eldest son born to Lady Lu, and Cao Chong, born to Lady Huan. Cao Pi was the second son of Cao. Originally, Cao's most favored successor was his eldest son, Cao Wang. But Cao Wang tragically died in the Battle of Wancheng, sacrificing himself to protect his father. Afterward, Cao placed his hopes on the gifted and intelligent Cao Chong. From an early age, Cao Chong exhibited extraordinary intelligence. At just 5 or 6 years old, he was already as mature as an adult, quick-witted, and thoughtful. Sadly, heaven envies the talented, and Cao Chong died of illness at the age of 13. Cao was heartbroken by his death and once told Cao Pi, "The death of Cao Chong is my misfortune, but it is your great fortune." The implication of this remark was unmistakable. Had Cao Chong not died, the position of crown prince likely would never have fallen to Cao Pi. After Cao Chong's death, the focus of the struggle for the crown prince position shifted to the two brothers, Cao Pi and Cao Ji. Cao Ji was renowned for his exceptional talent and literary elegance, and for a time, he was deeply favored by Cao, even overshadowing Cao Pi. Because both sons had their own strengths and weaknesses, Cao struggled to make a final decision, making the issue of succession increasingly complicated. The court ministers were also divided into two factions. Those who supported Cao Pi included Jia Su, Cui Yan, Sima Yi, Chen Kun, Huan Jia, Xing Yong, and Wu Ji. Those who backed Cao Ji included Ding Yi, Yang Xiu, Kong Gui, Yang Jun, Jia Kui, and Han Dan Chun. Both sides schemed against each other, traded slanders, and formed cliques for personal gain, resulting in fierce power struggles. Among Cao Ji's supporters was Yang Xiu, a member of the prominent Yang clan of Hongzhang during the Eastern Han dynasty. Highly intelligent, Yang Xiu served as Cao's chief secretary and had access to a large volume of confidential information. His strategic counsel greatly benefited Cao Ji, who, under his assistance, gained the upper hand multiple times and even came close to being named crown prince. However, Cao Ji was indulgent by nature, lacking self-discipline, and fond of drinking and revelry. Once, while drunk, he even broke into the restricted palace area known as Sima Gate, which deeply disappointed Cao and led to a gradual loss of trust in him. Eventually, in the 22nd year of the Jianan era, 217 AD, with the strong backing of ministers like Sima Yi and Wu Ji, Cao Pi successfully defeated Cao Ji and won the right of succession, being named crown prince of the kingdom of Wei. 2 years later, in the 24th year of Jianan, 219 AD, Cao Pi was ordered to guard Yi City, present-day Linjiang County, Hebei Province. At that time, an official named Wei Feng plotted a coup to attack the city. However, his co-conspirator Chen Yi revealed the plan. Cao Pi quickly organized his forces to suppress the rebellion, decisively executed Wei Feng, and stabilized the political situation. In addition, during his time as crown prince, Cao Pi not only managed state affairs in an orderly manner, but also placed great emphasis on cultural development. He encouraged literary creation, which led to a surge of brilliant poetry and prose, giving the Jianan literature a distinctive and vibrant style. This period became an important symbol in Chinese literary history, known as the famed Jianan spirit. On March 15, 220 AD, Cao died in Luoyang. Upon receiving the news, Cao Pi rushed from Yi City to Luoyang to inherit the positions of Chancellor and King of Wei, and changed the era name from Jianan 25th year to Yenkang 1st year. Having just risen to power and taken control of the state, Cao Pi felt both excited and confident about the sudden transition of authority. He realized that he had inherited from his father a nation whose unification was not yet complete, and the burden on his shoulders was immense. Therefore, upon taking office, Cao Pi immediately launched a series of internal political reforms. starting with power balancing within the system and taking swift action. On one hand, he supported and drew in his trusted allies, redistributing political power and interests. On the other, he decisively eliminated dissenters to strengthen his own control. On Rinqiu Day in the second month of Yenkang first year, April 6, 220 AD, Cao Pi appointed the senior official Jia Su as Grand Commandant, Hua Xian as Chancellor, and Wang Mang as Minister of Justice, further establishing a trusted core group of officials. He then appointed his close associate Xiahou Dun as Grand General. Meanwhile, royalty from regions such as the Yemak in Korea, Bio in the northeast, and states in the western regions like Karasar and Khotan also sent envoys to pay tribute, expressing allegiance. By May, Cao Pi infected the surrendered bandit leaders Zhenggan and Wang Zhao as marquises, and appointed Su Zhe to lead troops in pacifying rebellions in the northwestern regions of Wuwei, Zhochuan, and Zhangye. In July, Sun Quan also sent envoys with tribute. At the same time, Cao Pi ordered Xiahou Shang and Su Huang to collaborate with the Shu Han defector Meng De, launching a pincer attack that successfully recovered the 3 commanderies of Shangyong. It is worth mentioning that ever since the chaos of the Dongzhuo Rebellion, the Eastern Han regime had fallen into disorder. Though Cao Cao fought across the land as a Han official, after moving Emperor Xian to Xuchang, he effectively controlled the emperor and issued orders in his name, rendering the Han emperor a mere puppet in name only. Although Cao Cao never declared himself emperor during his lifetime, the power he wielded far exceeded that of any ordinary minister. By November 13, 220 AD, Cao Pi issued an edict honoring the soldiers who had fallen in battle. On November 25, Emperor Xian of Han formally issued an edict of abdication, ceding the throne to Cao Pi. Following protocol, Cao Pi declined the throne 3 times to symbolically show humility. Finally, on Sinwei Day, December 11, Cao Pi ascended the abdication platform and officially declared himself emperor, and issued a general amnesty for the entire nation, ushering in a new era for the Cao Wei dynasty. This is the History and Culture channel. Liking and subscribing are the greatest help and support to us. Thank you everyone and see you in the next time.